Would you have tried to keep Vincent in the city? What do you think your mentality would be for that?
Remind me which one Vincent is.
Your grandsire.
She would have been happy if he decided to stay in the city, but it's kind of his choice.
It is. But what would your opinion be on it? After everything's done, if he was like, well, I can head on back down to Tallahassee and continue being a primogen.
But would you rather do that? Or help get Portland actually on its feet as a free state?
Well, we have Darian King
Yeah.
as prince.
Yeah,
Me and him have a bit of a history.
you do.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Did I know this before?
You might not.
Probably not.
Yeah, I was primogen here when he was primogen here.
Oh, joy. So, you know how he thinks. Relatively speaking. Relatively
Sure.
speaking.
We'll
I
say
understand.
that. I know how that's Malkavian.
Yeah, I understand. I realized what I said as soon as I said it.
That Malkavian is nuttier than squirrel shit.
Isn't that kind of comes with the territory?
Yeah. Sure. That is a dangerous Malkavian.
That is for sure. The Anarchs aren't going to listen to me currently. Until things smooth over a bit.
Well, if you want, 100% if you want, I can take the reins and I can bring you on as a lieutenant so they can at least start sliding into respecting. You also wouldn't have to have all the paperwork and
Give me a chance to actually learn how to do this sort of job? Yes.
I'd be spitting in the face of the Camarilla directly
Is
as their
yeah.
as a major
as a
primogen,
primogen.
one of the few Brujah primogen.
Is that something that you'd be willing to? That
That's a hell of a. I mean, why the hell not? Anarchy, right?
If you're sure.
There's no sure. There's no sure. There's no sure on it.
That's true. Never know what you're doing half the time.
Yeah. If you want, I can do that. Get your ass out of the fire for a little while. Get yourself reestablished properly.
Learn who even is Portland anymore. Came back to half the city having left. Again, if it throwing that in the face of the Camarilla is something that you are willing to do. I won't say comfortable with, but that seems
Yeah, I haven't fisted their cornflakes in a long time.
Fighting with the hunters gave you a taste for causing trouble again?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm sick and tired of like, you know what? Yeah, sure.
Tired of towing the line. Let's break
Sure.
some stuff.
Let's break some stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And, welcome to Portland.
She's about to go weed.
Your sire said that exact same thing to me. He is going to spend a good amount of time over this next few months with Merrick. Trying to get established, trying to get where he needs to be.
Yep.
Trying to figure out what areas to poke at the Camarilla to make the prince freak out the right way. And after a couple of months, this new coterie that's in
This is set up in
the
downtown.
new coterie at the old town is probably a good thing to start with.
Oh,
Because
there
he
is.
seems to be putting all of his bets in this one thing.
Yeah,
So-
they're kind of his golden child
Exactly.
sort of thing.
Exactly. So, that. So,
And other anarchs have gotten the idea of poking stuff too, which is how come they set the Elysium on fire.
I'm going to go ahead and say that DePaul was 100% against that.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
That was not at all. They didn't even burn down the building.
Yeah, no, they just set the ballroom on fire.
Yeah, they just a little bit of damage, but it was enough to scare the Camarilla out of the city from what it looks like. Like they're still here, but they don't have any known Elysiums. The most I guess obvious choice would most likely be the XTC Lounge, which has over the last couple of months switched to the Ecstasy Saloon. It's like this little retro
Concerning.
bar, and no one has seen Dracon in months.
Mildly concerned. Went from mildly to concerning to kind of definitely a bit concerning.
Now, this is after Dracon
Resurfaced.
went horrid form in front of the Camarilla Archon.
That's right, he did, didn't
Yes, he did.
So I'm trying to remember which
Did I miss that part?
when that was.
When you guys attacked, when you guys had your big confrontation with Noah in the arena,
It was in the arena.
and he looked like
I forgot that was
Sam.
Anton.
and he
I
looked
forgot that
like
was
Sam.
Anton. Yeah, he went horrid
He
form
went
on him.
horrid form and attacked Noah,
Yeah,
which is one of the things that caused Noah to drop the shroud.
Yeah.
And yeah.
which is why we got our
Yeah.
actual decent shot at him.
None of the Anarchs have actually seen Dracon since that night.
Yeah, he just kind of dissipated.
So, Merrick will be able to fill everybody in that there's some kind of deal going on, that Dracon is apparently okay, but like, Cam lies all the time, they could have just executed him.
Yeah, that's...
So, who knows? But Rose is still around. Anything else about
Harker.
Harker?
Because Tinny would definitely, if he has vanished, he'd try to find him.
Mm-hmm. Harker has been unreachable.
Okay.
You can have Tinia do whatever Tinia is going to do to search for him. But I'm going to let you know, as a storyteller courtesy, that you are not going to find him right now due to story concerns.
Okay.
Harker being there would be a get out of jail free card.
For the
And
plot coming up, gotcha.
and also, I don't want you guys to have too many Tremere.
Yeah.
If Gwen decides to bring Sydney into the Anarchs, which 90% positive he will.
Yeah. It's more Tinia's a bit worried about him.
Yes. Yeah.
So
That's
he's one of the
completely
people she's
understandable.
known the longest in the city, so.
Unfortunately, I have to take
Yep. Our
I
favorite
have to
nerd.
take that blade off the Swiss Army knife
Yeah.
right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Other things that was on the list, that one's taken care of. The Hokata know that Whistler was in the fridge and they got him. See if Sam really is in the city. I'm guessing I got back zip on that.
How would you find out?
Still have his number. Probably has changed it, but so that's a different one. Consult.
All I can say is his
consult
his number would probably ring, and then go to some kind of anonymous messaging system. Like it probably wouldn't pick up anything.
Yeah. Look for Billy Smith. That has hit nothing but dead ends, I reckon.
Billy Smith is hanging out with the Camarilla.
Yeah, she figured that one.
Him and Rhino have been seen in parts of downtown, actually not too far from the last drop.
Okay. But actually getting a hold of him is a different problem.
You can probably get a hold of him without much of an issue. He'll meet you as a courtesy.
Yeah. And she just wanted to check up on him, basically.
He's fine. His pride is hurt, and he is in mourning because his granddaughter is dead.
She's just basically wanting to.
Like, you met Rosa.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she did.
So,
and that's the thing too, is that of all the people who checked up on, whenever Tanya ended up in certain situations, the only one who checked up on her was Billy Smith.
Yeah.
So she's trying to return the favor, essentially. Return that.
No, he's quite obviously in mourning at the loss of his granddaughter. I don't know how much you pry or get into it, but
Probably wouldn't pry.
okay.
Heard a few rumors, if I remember correctly, potentially. I'm trying to remember who was spreading those rumors.
Yeah.
I
mean, the only people who could have spread those rumors would be the Hikata.
Yeah, which considering.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, it was the Hikata I had heard bits about, but nothing concrete.
You would hear rumors also on that front that there is a new dawn of the Hikata.
Shocker.
He seems to be a lot more level-headed,
Good.
and he's said to have met up with both the Camarilla and several of the Anarchs. He's not playing favorites.
As they should. That's good to know. That, getting the Anarchs on competitive footing, that's taken care of with DePaul. Yeah, basically Billy Smith is just kind of a, if you need anything, let me know.
He is too proud to take you up on that.
Yeah. The offer's there.
And you'll notice that he went from punching bag to brick wall when you left. So,
Yep.
obviously not mad at you.
No, but
in general, yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Check on Altar Under Mansion.
Oh, it's destroyed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's wrecked.
That is something that Tinia was not aware of.
Yes. When you get in there, it looks like it looks like you got a hold of it.
Fair. Okay. Any weird shadowy nonsense going on in the kind of moat area that was happening at one point?
I mean, it's just a dead drop.
And it's now just a dead drop.
It's just a dead drop.
Okay.
I was surprised it says Demon was here.
What? Did you actually scratch it in
I
there
don't remember
somewhere?
if I did or not.
I think you did that on the altar itself, which was destroyed. So yeah, it's the ritual chamber
Freaking
itself is still pretty much there, but the table, aside from like remnants of the stones that held it up, is gone.
Cracked. Yeah, just kind of. Cool. That seems to be a non-problem then. For now. Who knows if that can come back. Follow up, investigate slime in the sewers. I already got that one. That can't find anything. Follow up on Nick Ari Cicada. That would mean talking to the Hikata. That would mean talking to him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Valentino. So that's a
That's
big lot of nothing.
No-go. That's a no-go.
This is probably how she finds out that they both got. In all the chaos after the red gas, this is the first she's had to chance she's had to follow up on them.
Yeah. I would say let's just start at the last drop.
Yep. You meet in a tavern. It's a good place.
That's probably the best place to start.
Oh, it's freaking cold now.
So just a pin in that for a second.
Yep.
Thomas. Earlier this week, while you're running around doing your thing, I do have your in weeks for Thomas.
I'll ask what came of Jass's later.
Yes.
Because I'm curious.
I'm actually 100% happy to answer that. Yeah, you only have a few things here. So, ley line research, mapping out the city. There's actually a good number of.
Yeah. Oh, it was the map in the museum.
Yeah.
So kind of comparing.
They were slightly off, but not by much.
Okay,
Like
so
it's
they
a
do
pretty.
shift slightly.
They do tend to, or they were just wrong. But like, I mean, who knows who drew it?
Yeah.
Surveil Tupper's lab.
That's that plot.
That's yeah. It looks like he's gone.
Okay.
You surveilled him once. You're just going to notice no activity
Okay.
in that area. And then visiting the hookah lounge. What do you want to know?
I didn't know that Jazz was a smoker.
She's not.
Visiting the hookah lounge. When?
Probably not too long before close.
Okay.
Like I said, she kind of got, kind of got invited, so she's just kind of curious, trying to put faces to Anarch.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the Anarchs are going, okay, but who are?
You'll notice everybody who works here is a woman. There are no men at all that work in this place. The girl that you saw bringing in the A-frame and the one who was sitting at the bar who called out that this was an Anarch place, she is apparently the owner of the place. She will introduce herself as Brittany.
Jazz.
So how can I help you, Jazz? Drink?
Used to.
Do you want to drink?
Yes.
Okay. What can I get for you?
Rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke. You're a brave one. Do you need a bucket?
I don't know. What do you mean? I'm confused.
You like rum and Coke?
Yeah.
1 second. Like she goes to walk behind the bar and starts grabbing glasses, and one of the girls is like, "Oh, look who's getting behind the bar!" Shut the fuck up, Tracy. and they're laughing and everything. Huh?
Can we turn off our fucking freezing?
Yes. Yes. Anyway, they're laughing, they're joking, they're
They obviously all get along
it
real
seems
well.
like friendly teasing.
Yeah.
Okay? So she does what looks like she's starting to do a rum and Coke. Very little Coke goes into this thing. And as she's getting everything all ready, and it's a ridiculous amount. Like you look at it and you're like, I did not ask for half a shot. She goes, "Hey, where's?"
That's called the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Okay.
That's literally the name of the drink. Sorry.
Counting down all the shit I have to cut out of this. Anyway, she goes, "Hey, Trace, where's Becky? Like, I saw her earlier." And she says she's like sleeping it off in the back. She's like, "Okay, 1 second." And she takes your glass and a bar knife and walks past the beaded curtain. About 2 minutes later, comes back out with a full glass of blood with this just like
Film.
yeah, and she grabs a bar spoon and mixes it up. She's like, "Here, enjoy. Don't go too hard."
Thank you.
It's the best of both worlds. It tastes like blood and it tastes like rum and Coke.
So you said this was an Anarch place?
Mm-hmm. We own the hookah bar. We technically own Teeny's. We own the Last Drop. In your territory, from what I understand.
Wait, the Last Drop is in our...
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's in Old Town.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's gonna get fun real quick. Oh. Okay. okay. I've not, as far as I know, met many anarchs, so I wanted to say hi.
Okay, hi.
So, cause we're in the area, the old town.
Yeah, I know, you're part of the Old Town Coterie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's really messed up.
What? Why? Which
Okay,
part of
from
it?
what I understand, you're all pretty young.
Oh. Young and or inexperienced. One of them is saying he's really old, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure I believe him.
Well, you're all pretty young. And the prince lays something like that much
It's
space
a
on
big
you.
territory.
That is a big territory.
It's got a lot of problems.
Yeah. He expects you guys to just fix it. This really messed up.
You're the second person who's told us that. I'm starting to agree with y'all.
I mean, I'm not putting you guys down at all. I'm young too, like only just. But I've also got experience, and my sire's got pool. So like, I'm not like, I'm not like, oh, babies or anything like that, but like, seriously, the idea of taking a group of people who don't know each other, saying, guess what, you're a conglomeration now, and going, and you own one of the most valuable pieces of property.
That is apparently
In the
full of
city.
Prada too. And anarchs too, it sounds like.
Mhm.
Which is,
Oh, we're everywhere. This was our place before the King Road came back in.
I've heard that.
We got stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the anarchists, and the Camarilla took advantage of it. That's
They are good at it.
look, the psycho that the Camarilla helped get rid of, I probably would have taken the deal too.
That's enemy of my enemy, is that what you're saying?
You're a big gun, and I hope you die in the fight.
That makes sense too.
But like, you got a prince who was an archon, who's got like pull with a major like Camarilla higher up, and from what I understand, this guy has been here before, and there's just a
Yeah.
whole bunch of stuff.
It's been here for once. Well,
Oh, I want to point out also the Benson attack. That wasn't all of us. That was a small group. We didn't do that. Like the Anarchs as a whole, we didn't do that. That actually went completely against the deal we made.
so you're not all gonna just try and attack the rest of us for what happened.
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, good.
Look, I understand that we have the name Anarch, but that was because of a revolt that happened 500 years ago. Okay? It's just like not giving up a name that we had.
Branding.
Branding. Exactly. That's actually kind of what we're all about, also. I've rebranded. Everybody's rebranded. And the Anarchs, like, up until a few years ago, were part of the Camarilla. Like, it was like an actual thing where we were considered part. We just didn't fall into the politics part. But, like, if we needed help, we could call on you guys. If you guys needed help, you could call on us. Like, that was the way things were. And it worked really well. It worked well for 500 years. But, like, things have changed, obviously. Primarily the Bruja, the Gangrel, and what happened with you guys, the Nosferatu. Like, that was really screwed up. The whole, like, Shrek-net thing.
I've been hearing about that.
But yeah, we did not, like, there are some Gong-Ho
It was
activists.
a unsanctioned attack.
It was an unsanctioned attack while we were in the middle of not having leadership. You know, like, the bureaucracy was taking too long for them, so they just
Yeah.
attack on the capital, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit.
Like, a lot of us are upset that Duke's gone, but like, no one's really blaming anybody. Also,
That makes me feel a little bit better talking with you guys.
well, the anarchs are more about do what we want without being told what to do. We didn't die to become employees for the ivory tower. Like, laugh all you want, but they pay people to be part of their group.
They.
Like, be it money or status, you're on the payroll.
And they've given us upper management when we really need entry level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
No, it makes total sense what you're talking about.
Don't get me wrong, the anarchs pay too sometimes. Like, there's this dude in LA who he's a like they LA's like, I don't know if you've seen it, it's like 120 cities crammed into one, so like there's like multiple barons.
Okay.
Accurate.
So like the Baron of the Valley, he actually pays his quote unquote lieutenants to, you know, do like nightly patrols and stuff like that to keep things safe, but so that they're not wasting their time, he actually cuts them a check. Unlike, you're gonna do this or
Yeah, or
else.
you're going to be in trouble. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because like it's not like most of us can go out and get a day job.
Or any job.
Well,
Some of us.
some of us I know have issues. I mean, you could always do online writing,
Yeah.
surveys. Do enough of them, they kind of
They do add up.
they do add up.
Do
But
some
yeah.
online design probably. Put it going. No, that's really. You mind if I come back and talk more at some various points?
This might be weird to hear coming from a Camarilla place, but it's a free country. Yeah, no, as long as there's not trouble started, you're welcome here,
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, especially I've started. Well, I basically kind of ran into a whole family drama, and now I'm curious about who's all related. So, chart. Don't worry, keep it under lock.
One thing that I learned is that there's actually not that many vampires in the world. As
So
much
everybody's
as
related to somebody.
everybody's related to somebody.
Oh my gosh! If your family tree makes a wreath, you might be a vampire.
That's funny. If your family tree makes a wreath, you might be a vampire. That's great. But yes, we have different ethics than the Camarilla, so
I'm only just learning the Camarilla side of it too, to be quite honest. So.
yeah. Keep an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid the brainwashing and try not to make direct eye contact. That's basically the way you go.
I'm pretty good at most of those.
Yeah.
So, yes, no, I'll definitely be finding more information.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she will be spreading this information with the rest of the coterie. Like, hi, yeah, so I talked with the Anarchs, so they seem pretty reasonable, and they're not mad at us. Is basically what the ramble is coming in at. So.
As for Thomas, so at some point in time during the week, Sicilian is going to let you know that there's he did all the research to make sure that it's a legit company and everything, but apparently it's like one of the oldest companies in the city.
Mm-hmm.
The Merrick financial firm wants to get with you about investing.
Okay. I will schedule a meeting.
Usually there's a lot of back and forth about meetings,
Mm-hmm.
about like, hey, let's like meet for lunch at 11:30 tomorrow morning, kind of stuff. The suggested meeting time for the upper management of the Merrick financial firm is going to be at like 10 o'clock at night at this building in downtown across the street from the Benson Hotel.
Okay.
Do you just go, or?
I mean, if the schedule at that time, it's obviously it's going to be a Kindred, in my opinion.
Possibly. I mean that's logical to think. They say we'll meet for drinks.
You have me a drink.
So when you get up there, when you go in, it's this ultra modern building. High gloss tiled floors, receptionist desk in the center who will send you to where you're going. And she's going to send you up to like probably the 18th or 19th floor, like rather high up. Mm-hmm. You're looking down on the majority of the city. But when you get in there, it's like you step back in time. It's like puke green carpeting, fake wood paneling on all the walls.
Oh, step back in time to the 70s.
Couches that are definitely going for comfort over style. And like the receptionist desk that's up there is like big and Art Deco, but it's like 70s Art Deco. And behind it is this like big gold clock built into the wall. Like it's just the hash marks that are on there with the gigantic arms that are just built into the wall, so there's no actual frame.
I can picture it. It looks like a nope. Director's name's gone straight out my head.
Tarantino?
No. Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh. Shoot.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah. Yes. You'll be met by a woman who's dressed straight out of Mad Men.
You're okay.
Like she looks like a 1950s receptionist. Like she's got the high hair, bright lipstick, made-up. Like she's an ornamental secretary. That's what she is. But she's very sweet. She'll invite you in. She'll take you to a room down at the end of the hall where you walk into an office, which is kind of like an in-between of the 70s, 80s, and like today kind of thing. You just walked into Wink. You just walked into Wink FM if it was an office. But when you get in there, there's like a big bar off to one side with a full mirrored wall behind it. There's like a board table in this office. There's a couch off to one side. There's a massive desk, and there's a man who stands to greet you when you walk in. Thomas, right?
I want to know.
Good. I'm really glad you didn't send your. I'm really glad you didn't send your assistant.
He does the best he can.
Yeah. Tell him to do better.
Yeah. I will have to pay him more.
You gonna say?
You have to pay him more?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could pay him more. Alright, well, drink?
Sure.
He's gonna go to the bar. Gonna pour you a glass of your gin. Anything added to this?
What do you got?
You got a resonance type?
We're in business, so let's keep it something happy.
Something active? And he pulls out a freaking bag and
Just pours it in.
he pours some for you and some for him, and
Does
then
it
like
literally say happy juice on it?
but he actually like he takes the bag, squeezes all the blood that's left in. He uses like a quarter of the bag And he puts it in this little machine he has off to the side that melts the plastic back and then like puts it back in the fridge. Don't want you to waste.
Save receiver.
He will hand you the drink and he will walk around, tell you to have a seat on the other side of the desk. He sits down. He goes, that thing, 1995, late night purchase. It was an infomercial. Seriously, has saved me so much blood. Anyway, we can drop all the formalities. Thomas, James, your sire's a dick.
No shit.
He actually pulls out a folder from his desk and chucks it over to you. I've been doing my homework on you, and it's all of your stock, like all of your financial business stuff, a bunch of private stuff that like no one should have access to.
Starker alert.
Most of your money is going to him. How does that make you feel? I am not a therapist, by the way. I'm a financial advisor.
Makes me feel like a cheap horse.
Makes you feel like a cheap whore. From what I understand, you're also not released yet.
Yeah, no.
And I would take it that you are still at least a little bound to your sire, aren't you?
Time to time he likes to remind it. I mean, his little piggy bank.
What do you think about the concept of completely cutting him off?
I am listening. You have my undivided attention.
We're related.
According to somebody I know, yeah.
Okay, so you know who I am. I wasn't sure. So you kids are doing your
Uncle
homework.
Merrick.
Uncle Merrick.
Technically second cousin.
Well, yeah, we're more like
First cousin
cousins.
once removed.
We're more like cousins.
I just saw a cousin explainer. Your first cousin's once removed.
Oh wow.
I am. I'm also. I'm sure I'm sure you know. I'm the black sheep of the family.
Welcome to the club. I like to be welcome to the club, apparently.
Yes, but you're Camarilla. I'm Anarch.
No, by choice.
This is going to be a lot easier than I thought, Thomas.
You had me at cutting him off.
I had you cutting him off. Okay. I understand that he is using you to get a higher position in for himself. You're his main meal ticket into that. Now, do you know your grandsire?
I like not to, but yes.
Okay. Your grandsire is not only a...
He knows your dad. He's your granddad.
Your grandsire is not only just like... He's respected in the Camarilla way beyond he has any right to be. And he's also a high-ranking member of an organization called the Cult of Mithras. Have you ever
He's
heard
literally gonna putting his arm.
You okay?
Nothing to worry about.
Okay. I want to introduce you to some people.
What kind of?
Options.
I do that.
Option where you're not under the boot of the ivory tower. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy. In fact, it's incredibly easy to just stay in the ivory tower. But there are options. You do not have to be a member of the Camarilla if you don't want to be. It will piss off a lot of people, your sire specifically. And he's most likely going to lose any chance of becoming primogate in this city.
The only thing that worries me is having that sheriff on my ass. I've seen what he can do.
The thing is, Monroth was present when we had a deal with the Camarilla. When the Anarchs and the Camarilla sat down, came out with their deal. unless you break a major Camarilla law, which technically should be just a major kindred law in general, Monroth can't touch you. And as big and mean as he seems, I can tell you right now, he's just a teddy bear. He's not going to hurt you. I understand that you've probably seen some messed up things. I heard what he did to Duke. But you have to understand that Duke set a building on fire with people in it. I've known Monroth since he was embraced. And yeah, he's terrifying. I'm not going to say that he's not. But he's also fair. He's not going to do anything to you that you don't deserve, or that you couldn't heal after a couple nights of drinking.
I do like big drinking.
So, you interested?
Sign me up.
Okay. Tell you what. Why don't you meet me? Why don't you meet me Friday around 9:30 here, and I'll take you and I'll introduce you to some people.
No.
I don't want to. Fuck it. Tell whoever you want. I really don't care, but I don't know anybody else in your little group. Alright? So I'm not putting my neck out for them.
Alright.
Okay. Well, I will see you on Friday. So, anyway, Adrian. So you hired a private detective to try to find your friend. He's going to tell you straight out that, like, he has been seen primarily in the area that you and your coterie have property, like in Old Town, in the homeless camps, which sadly it's kind of something that tends to happen with a lot of veterans anyway, you know? Like, system doesn't help them out as much as they did, and he kind of just went AWOL. The fact that he got back to the States without being reported is a miracle, you know? But I think the last time he was seen was probably about
6 months ago?
I would say about a week before the riots started. Maybe a couple weeks before the riots started. And where he might be is not something that anybody really can say, but people that he has been seen with before the riots happened are known to hang out at this one bar in Old Town called The Last Drop.
Okay.
The Last Drop is a very old institution. It's probably one of... Last Drop was built... I don't know how history-minded is your character. I mean, you're an anachronist.
Probably, yes. Especially for the Wild West history of Portland, you'd know a lot of random.
It was built in the early 1900s.
Okay.
It was built on the old gallows spot.
Yeah.
In Old Town. Like, this, literally it used to be a stage and a gallows. Like, this is where people were hung. So there used to be a small jail and Gallows Hill right where this bar is. Right now it's a bar, a biker bar, called The Last Drop. The wooden sign that it has, like hand-carved wooden sign that it has, is shaped like a noose with a painted upside-down shot glass with a drip in the center of it. The last drop. Last drop in the cup, last drop on the gallows. Like, that's... It does not shy away from what this place was. Currently, it is... currently, it is the main hangout for the Portland, Oregon Mystery Spot Motorcycles Club. So this is where it's a legit biker bar. Doesn't really sound like something that Nick would be into, but you also know that historically biker gangs started because of the veterans coming back and forming these organizations. Hell's Angels was a World War II biker club that got started from veterans coming back. That's why you don't screw with the veterans, because the bikers will kick your ass. So that he has not been seen there, but people that he has been known to hang out with, specifically a rather rough customer by the name of Tinia Jabbar, which he'll show you a picture of her. She does not look like that much of a tough customer, but
she looks about
she
22.
has a hell of a reputation apparently.
Looks like a college girl.
Yeah. There's a few other pictures of people. He'll give you pictures of another guy who actually kind of looks like he should be there, who's named Valentino Pisanov, who's this. He just straight out looks like a biker.
Scary looking Mexican dude.
And also, in the report that it gives you, says that this guy has not been seen since the raid, and he owned a funeral parlor that apparently got raided during the attacks. Shows you another picture of a guy named Lorenzo Putinesca, who was apparently the sudden owner of the Putinesca Brothers car lot, which is in Fulton, which is part of Old Town. So yeah, it's right next to it. Is it not? I thought it was. It's right
Unless we're moving where Fulton is, because it doesn't
I don't
actually
want
exist.
to. It did. It was right on the river. But again, he hasn't been seen since the riots either. But a lot of people have kind of gone missing or, got killed in that event. But it's been several months since that happened. But yeah, they'll give you the information on where you can find at least a hangout for those people. And maybe that'll lead you to your friend.
Appreciate it. So I'm gonna head out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna swing by my house first,
Okay.
because I've been caught unprepared once before, not getting caught unprepared yet.
Understood.
So got my revolver, a couple speed loaders.
Alright, so,
Jay, functionally, he's gonna spend an awful lot of time reading, actually.
okay.
Self-improvement, you could hope.
It's actually just Calvin and Hobbes comics.
No, probably a lot of books that claim to be from the self-help section have a lot to do. Helping yourself through chakras or something. Yeah, trashy crap.
Okay.
Welding things on his van and becoming increasingly isolated and paranoid within himself.
Do you hang out at the last drop at all, or?
Well, he's still parked out back, so he can only get so isolated.
Okay.
Especially when Tinia will make sure you are socializing a little bit.
Tonight's gonna be one of those nights.
Well, I'm sure he's looking forward to it.
Yeah. So, Merrick would have contacted you
Okay.
and let you know that he's bringing someone over who is very heavily leaning towards Anarch from Cam.
Okay.
So he needs to see how things should be, not necessarily how things are.
Oh, great.
So we're gonna start in the last drop. which is a place that we haven't been in a while. The Cheers theme song playing in the background, where everybody knows your name. Kind of. And so we're going to start off with those doors that separate the private club and the open club wide open. It's a Friday night.
Yeah,
It
they
is
need the
crowded.
whole place.
It is crowded. Not many people come in here.
Don't get as good sound system in
Yeah. Every once in a while, when a human trickles in to get a quieter table or something like that, tries to sneak in past the club members, which are you guys, tries to sneak in past the club members to get a quiet. That's a good time for one of the many members of this club to walk over, get a drink, and then send them on their way. So it's just like the occasional like draft beer that comes walking into the room by itself. So that's pretty much how this is seen, and that works really well for the Anarchs, for the most part. In fact, a few of the social bent Toreadors who have like lingering kiss will use that on people who will come back again and again over the course of several months to get fed from and leave because they just know they like being in that part of the bar. We're going to start, it's around 10 o'clock. And this well-dressed man that has taken you out to meet people who he says might be like-minded for you, takes you to this dirty-ass biker bar.
It looks like a historical
Trust
dive
me.
bar.
Seriously, trust me.
Okay.
Every awful thing you've ever heard about the Anarchs, he's got his hands on the door. All the awful things you've ever heard about the Anarchs is 100% true.
Thanks, cousin.
It's fine. I'm going to introduce you to some nice people. So let's go ahead and have you two sitting in there with a handful of regulars. I don't specifically have any names to put out right now, but if you say that you're looking for a specific Anarch, they'll most likely be there.
That's like, what was his name? Jake? The gangrel is here around? I hope not.
Little Jake?
Not Little Jake. Conspiracy theory guy. I'm trying to remember what his name was. Yeah, no, he was talking about...
Oh, Lucas!
Yeah, Lucas!
Yeah, Lucas is
I'm
there.
sure Lucas is around.
Lucas is there. Lucas is there. He's... Yeah, definitely.
Of course he is.
Definitely Lucas is there. The only big difference to the last drop is now that there is a framed picture of Duke on the wall that has like a candle burning under it. A couple months ago, you guys actually had like a funeral for him and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was brutally killed by Monroth.
Mm-hmm. May have been an idiot, but he was our idiot.
Yeah. His gang is still around.
Yeah.
Even the people that were there with him, they were staked and left for the Anarchs to find just before the sun came up. But they were a message.
Yep.
But yeah, Merrick will walk in with this one following behind him.
They kind of wave at Merrick.
Yeah.
Good to see you. This is the fellow you were telling us about.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Thomas, family, actually. So.
Oh, really?
Cousins.
Aren't you all? I can tell from the way you dress that you're related.
I'm just going to point out all the brouhaha that I could hit with rocks.
I know, we're all related too. Exactly. Like, that's the way it works.
Cue inbreeding jokes, right?
Yeah. Habsburgs, all that.
I didn't know you knew the Baron of the city. I'm talking to Merrick. So I didn't know you knew the Baron of the city.
I mean, you can handle that all you want.
I am.
Sorry, I just know you by reputation.
Oh yeah, I guess you would.
I am currently taking up a lieutenant role
Still a
under
position of power.
the guidance of one who knows what he's doing in running a city.
That's not really how anarchs are going to work, man. Position of power and shit like that. Just wipe your hands clean of the whole Camarilla notion of how that works.
Yeah. No, if you don't have respect, you got nothing.
But
If you
the
don't
idea,
know what you're doing, you don't have respect.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing when it comes to hitting things. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to managing a city. So I'm learning.
Heard a few stories about that.
This one here has
Oh, did you?
This one here has a sire who's been draining his bank accounts, basically embracing for the money.
Ah.
I'm the piggy bank, as they calls it.
Yeah, it doesn't even freaking hide it. Just
Rough.
how you doing, Jay? Doing any better?
Way too bright in here.
Agreed.
You know, this might be the first time I've heard anybody say a dive bar was too bright. So, sit down. What's your name?
Thomas.
Did you
Thomas,
actually introduce
yeah,
yourself? Thomas. Tinia.
You can walk in whenever you want, with the information that you have.
I'm walking it.
It's loud. It's smoky. There's just probably 80s metal playing on the radio. And yeah, the front area where you probably walk in is massively just like shoulder to shoulder crowded.
There might be bad karaoke going on in the back.
I think you're doing karaoke.
No, the back part of the
Oh yeah,
outside
yeah.
bars.
You know what? It's Friday. It's Friday.
Karaoke
We're gonna do karaoke night. We're gonna go
I-
ahead and have some like incredibly drunk, tone deaf guys singing Hotel California.
I am not totally just basing this off of the metal bar that was painted in garish colors that would do metal karaoke on Friday nights and was great.
He's getting a lot of like undeserved positive feedback
From a lot of drunk people.
from a lot.
Louder! Karaoke, man.
He's forgetting what state the hotel is in.
Welcome to the Hotel Colorado.
At one point in time, you think he might have said, "Welcome to the LA Bed and Breakfast." You're not 100% sure. This is awful.
So, make
Here's a
my,
second room.
make my way towards the back.
All right.
As I'm, got a shoulder my way through, I'm gonna pull out the Clint Eastwood little cigarette.
The cheroot.
It's surprisingly less crowded towards the back. Like there's a set of double doors, and when you walk in, suddenly, if you needed to breathe, it wouldn't be a problem. Like there's still a little bit of lingering smoke. The god awful music is still wailing through, but there's probably closer to maybe a dozen people in here, not the 4 dozen people that are like crammed in over on that area. Actually, probably more like 8 dozen people crammed in on that area. But yeah, it's a lot more open in here. Come in. Your sheet. I just want to see if there's anything you would need. Okay, you're fine. You're fine. At one of the tables, however, you'd probably be surprised to see
There's
Thomas.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing?
The fuck are you doing here?
Oh, you got friends. That's great.
Looking for a friend of mine. Was told that some people who know him are here.
Yeah, you see some photos of people that you saw with him.
You're one of the people that I was told.
Is this?
Who's
Corey, mate.
Oh,
Correct.
welcome to the last drop.
Who's this friend you're looking for?
Nick.
Oh, Nick.
Cicada Nick?
Cicada Nick.
Cicada?
I'm assuming that's the only Nick I know.
Pulls out an old.
Yeah, that's Nick.
An old army photo.
Yeah, of the two of us together.
Oh, so you're an army buddy of his. Yeah, I met Nick a couple times.
So, odd thing, I had a phone. Nick left a voicemail for me about 6 months ago, said he was in town. I haven't been able to find him. I hired a private investigator to try and help me track him down. And he told me, you, this Merrick,
No. Yeah, it was Tinia, Lorenzo, and Valentino are the three people that were around him the most.
so you, a Lorenzo, and a Valentino knew him.
Yeah. I
So-
haven't been able to get a hold of them either. Which is...
It's alright, man. It's just a tray.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
You alright, Jay?
You know, a little bit of phlegmatic might be able to help you. Just a little bit. Just, it takes the edge off.
Yeah, sure.
Marty! Merrick's gonna go up to the bar. Do you need a drink? Out of character?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm super good. Along with everything else.
Yeah, no. I haven't been able to find Nick either. I went to check up on him. And... the place was empty.
Marty, did you put a can of pineapples in with the blood? He's gonna give you some phlegmatic, which will not take away your paranoia, but will definitely like take the edge off. It's a depressant.
See, Nick had been
That's what
staying
Jay
with
needs is to become more depressed.
Lorenzo, with Valentino. When I went to check up on them after the riots, place had been broken into. Not been able to get any information what happened. That's either. And Valentino disappeared as well.
What about Lorenzo?
But Valentino and Lorenzo have both vanished. With Nick.
I just thought of something. When's the last time you saw Nick?
Or heard from him?
I heard, I say loosely because he left a voicemail. That was about 6 months ago. The last time I actually saw Nick in person was probably about 10 years ago.
So you heard from him
6 months.
right after he woke up. Are you
What's the date?
Are you aware that your friend's kindred?
No, it's not.
You guys got a lot more in common than you thought.
Yeah, he's one of us.
What, man?
Oh, is this the...
Yeah.
I'm trying.
He, was he identified himself as clanless.
Yeah, he calls himself.
He comes
Caleb.
up caitiff. Means yeah,
I'm aware. I'm just...
but the Hakata claimed him, took him in.
There's a
There's a new dawn.
there's a semi-reasonable guy who's in charge of the Hikata now. You might be able to ask him some questions.
Alright.
Both Valentino and Lorenzo wore Hakata. So if anybody knows what happened to them, it would probably be him. Cause They try and keep things within the family fairly regularly.
Fair.
But if you can find out what happened, get any leads on Nick,
Yeah, we're kind of looking for
We'd-
him too.
like to know.
Not for any nefarious
No,
purposes.
we have reason to be worried about him.
Fair enough. So, Thomas, why are you here?
I'm curious about. I'm waiting to see this one. Yeah.
I'm saying fuck the camera.
Fucking the cam or fucking your sire?
Yes.
I'm gonna just say, when your sire's a Ventru, is there a difference?
I mean, not really.
Look, I'm just letting them know that there's options that you guys.
I was
don't
about to
have
say that
be
was a
under
pretty
approval.
quick decision. It sounds like over there. He's barely even
I'm
asking
pretty sure
questions.
he made up his mind last night or the other night when I talked to him. So
Look, his grandfather is an asshole.
Spires and Landon County.
yeah,
Who's this granddad?
Loretta.
For Pete's sake!
By the way, I know
Guess you know him too?
We know the back door into Loretta's personal haven.
All right, look.
That's dangerous.
We are trying very hard right now to be
We're-
on our best behavior. You can't go waving a chocolate bar in our face and telling us we can have it before bed.
Unfortunately, he's telling the truth.
You guys have no idea about him, do you?
Oh, no, we
Oh,
know
we
that he
know
was
for
a
a
hunter.
Was?
Yeah, we're pretty sure he still is.
Fair.
He never stopped.
Like, we're pretty sure he's working with a hunter organization now,
Yeah.
like as an infiltrator.
See, we ended up in this place by accident.
I thought he'd left town.
I'm gonna say a name that I have not said since I was Prince. Okay?
Alright.
Yeah, I was Prince.
Yeah, he was. Did a pretty good job of it, too.
Thank you. Headache, by the way. I'm gonna say a name that I have not said since I was Prince. You know where he lives. You know the back door into his haven?
Mm-hmm.
Law of Laura Murphy. We could go in there, get whatever evidence, and even if we get caught, we are not in trouble if we can prove it. Seriously, that's why that law was put in place. Are you guys aware of what the Law of Laura Murphy is? It's one of the courtesies in the city.
I'm not sure the new prince is
Have
old
they
to
taught
us.
you what a courtesy is yet? Why am I doing the prince's job still? Okay, so
Because you're so good at it.
there's the 6 universal laws in the Camarilla, okay? Don't steal my lunch out of the company fridge. Don't stuff like that. You know, the traditions. Every city, however, has the option of creating minor traditions. All right, there are city rules. Like in Chicago, back in the day, nobody was allowed to have like influence in the police department. Stuff like
That's
that.
still standing.
Is they still doing that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Or news.
I knew that
It's
was
news now.
it's news now. That was the old prince. He had his like he had news too. He was like stay out of the media and stay out of the police. Those are my domain. So it was a local courtesy. To basically means I'll kill you for this. Like just as if it was a tradition. It's like these are the traditions for this city on top of the regular traditions.
Bylaws.
And bylaws, yeah. In the 1800s, there was a gangrel who accused a high-ranking member of the Camarilla of practicing infernalism, basically demon magic. And because he was a high-ranking member of the Camarilla, not only was she swiftly dealt with, publicly and brutally, and then a few decades later, they found out she was 100% correct. So they instituted the law of Laurel Murphy, which being the gangrel who had accused, where if you have a reason to believe that something like that is taking place, you can perform an investigation and the camera will listen to you, not just, oh, you broke domain, therefore it's basically a loophole for domain.
Fair.
So we could, if we could get any proof, not like he's in town very often, but
That's true.
that could very well blood hunt him from this city for good.
I said, I thought he left town after the Mithras incident. Called the Mithras and all that.
Yeah, but we haven't seen anything about that for a while either.
No, I'm not even sure how much of the cult is even active in town anymore.
So. Yeah.
What sort of things would be proof of being hunters? The next question.
I mean, anything that can tie him with a hunter organization. I know back in the day he was said to be part of like the biggest hunter organization of the time.
Order St. Leopold?
The Order of St. Leopold, yeah.
They were active during the riots.
The entity, yeah.
It was painted on the tail fin of the helicopters.
Yeah.
We never did get into those footlockers, did we?
We got into one.
Got into one of them.
One of them was full of clothes.
For somebody very tall.
So, anyway. Yep.
That's a whole new angle of problems. Do you know if he's in town? He says you.
We stumbled on his domain by accident. He somehow saw us in there and gave me a call. Well, gave one of us a call.
He called the house.
Oh, he called the house?
Mm-hmm.
He tells me he's under the bar.
You tried calling your phone first. You didn't answer
Why
your phone.
Why phone?
And then called the...
Yeah, you know, he called the house saying, "The hell are you doing in there?"
So he's got at least cameras, if not something else.
Cool. I'm just saying it's an option.
Yeah, that.
That's something we might want to run by
DePaul?
Vincent. Yeah.
We'll keep that on the docket. On the list.
OC information for you. Vincent DePaul has taken over as Baron. And like everybody who pretty much had power of like various barons in the city are now considered lieutenants. So things are a lot more organized in the Anarchs right now.
Tinia being one of said lieutenants. She was very, yes, this is a good agreement. I agree with this. Right, so you're looking for more information about Anarchs.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for your friend. Ask away.
For what I've heard, you guys are more like more free spirited, not under constant helicopter watch, like the camera has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of do your own thing.
yeah, pretty much. What you choose to do is your business. Starts causing problems, then it becomes a problem. Why not? We don't
My
care.
business is literally, if you have a bottle, literally point at the bottle. That's my business.
Yeah, they're selling his gin.
Oh, you're figures.
I don't know. A lot of us are alcoholics for some reason.
That's why I said figures.
I'm a whiskey man myself.
I'm a gin guy, but still, alcohol is alcohol.
I'm finding a lot more modern Ventru turning to needs to drink this such alcohol mixed in. I think there's a lot of like heavy drinking in like in the 80s it was cocaine. Every Ventru embraced in the 80s. Every Ventru.
That makes sense. I can see that.
Do they have to drink your gin?
I mean, I can drink any gin. It's just specifically me gin. I don't know. Like, you have to be specific.
It's gin in general.
I thought it was whiskey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking out of character if you had to drink yours specifically. No, whiskey. I'm a big fan of Kentucky Red Eye.
I'm actually trying to get into business with them. I know.
So, sounds like we need to talk to the Hakata about Nick, especially if you've actually had contact from him. What was the date?
Rattles
that
off
text.
the date.
So what?
The message that Nick left on my.
Yeah, it was like 6 months ago. Like
Yeah, it's
rattles
just more
off
of
the date.
when-ish around riots was it?
before.
Yeah. Okay, I figured this one. Okay, so that was before the riots.
Oh, how much I love this song.
Yeah, this is just on the radio. Like jukebox in the corner.
Looks over, sees the brand of the jukebox. Is it one of the ones that's connected to the internet where you?
It's an old-fashioned jukebox.
Okay, so it's-
Okay, yeah, no, I've actually messed with people. Doing
Yeah,
that.
everybody has.
I've gone to a bar just
Yes,
put it
this is
on
the
my
type of
radio.
jukebox.
3 times in a
This is
row.
the type of jukebox that you put
I coined then the
25 plays of What's New Pussycat. But on play 11, you do It's Not Unusual. So that you can see everybody give out a sigh of relief
But
that
again,
it's not What's New Pussycat, and then you can watch everybody lose their goddamn mind.
once you do it again.
Anyway, it's an old-fashioned jukebox with like the neon light bubble like bulbs on it.
So, care to go track down some Hakata, see how things are done at Anarch?
Never met one.
Never met a Hakata, never met an Anarch.
Yes. First time for an anarch. Well,
So,
how, best way to explain also, where did you well sheltered child?
A well-sheltered child.
Well, to be honest, it's probably not much different how you guys would handle it. We're just gonna go knock on the door and ask them quietly. You want to tag along, Jay, or you got projects you're working on? Let me rephrase. Your projects can wait a night. Come socialize.
Wait, what are you guys doing?
Thinking of going to track down the Hakata. Asking them about.
I mean, you're gonna want to head to.
Yeah, they moved headquarters, didn't they?
Wait,
Again?
They moved buildings. Yeah, it's the same restaurant, different place.
Right, I do remember that they moved after the riots.
Yeah, it's actually in the New Orleans district now.
Okay.
It is,
Wait, is the restaurant where they sing?
Frank Sinatra?
Oh shit! That's the guy that owns it.
Am I remembering the correct one?
Sonny Black. Yeah.
He's a Hikata?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I met that guy.
How
So, yeah.
long is this fucking song? Is it that long?
Okay, so you have met a Hakata.
Apparently it is.
So you guys are gonna go talk to Sonny Black?
Yeah, pay a social visit. I mean this.
I mean, you might be able to help me find Nick.
Well, we actually made a delivery for him too.
You
Oh, you guys made a delivery for him. What were you delivering?
That was you?
that was
Why?
before I joined.
He didn't join us, but
Wait a
yeah,
minute!
we took a body and
The deli truck?
yeah.
Oh, I heard about that. So it's you guys aren't like
I was holding,
guys
I was in
aren't-
the back holding for dear life.
it's not like you guys are being talked about like that. I'm Mason's sire.
No shit.
So Mason told me.
I'm gonna tell Chaz, girl, I need to see that freaking family tree.
Just freaking told you the whole family tree.
You talk like you paid attention.
Most of the kindred in this city are going to be related to.
Look, if you're looking
That
at a clan,
line
they're
in
probably
the
all
city.
connected somewhere.
I mean, we are all the way back.
Yeah, I mean,
You go back far enough.
I mean more
Hell,
locally.
we go back far enough, and we're all fucking related. If you want to listen to the Book of Nod.
That book
No,
again?
that's
Oh
the
my
second
god.
time I've heard that.
You've heard of the Book of Nod? Who are you hearing this from? I thought the Camarilla were real hush hush about it.
Yeah, they confiscated everything and burned it, from what I understand.
Team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
that
whatever.
makes sense. Never know what
Let her do her
team he
things.
might
She's
turn up
awesome.
with.
We had a producer problem, and we wanted to make sure we weren't going to step on any toes if we dealt with it our way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they picked up the Whistler's body and delivered him to the.
That's who it was?
Yeah, that's their clan elder. Like
Yeah.
been here forever, ever. Like
Only maybe 200 years? Like, ever? I'm not 100% sure. Over a century.
yeah,
Somebody cut him out of the couch after.
Got him out of the fridge, yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
right.
Yeah, remember that's
No,
why we
we
stuck
were-
him in the fridge. So,
Oh god, I forgot you guys did that.
Deshaun is the one
Look!
who put him inside the fridge. I'm not carrying him down there to die.
like,
put him
yeah, no,
inside the
it's the
fridge.
only thing we could think of to keep him from getting got by the red gas. It's airtight.
I'm not saying it wasn't smart. I'm just
glad
saying.
it worked.
It wasn't going to suffocate to death.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's already dead.
True.
Not gonna suffocate, and it's airtight, and we couldn't carry him. I just thought it worked, so. Yeah, let's go say hi to that guy.
Aluk is like, who the hell pressed it again?
Wasn't me.
Marty. Marty! Please unplug it! Marty's just gonna like shake his head and walk over and go, fucking kids. And then
He just puts like
unplugs the damn thing.
like 500 miles or something. What's the name of that song?
500, yeah.
500 miles. Yeah.
Oh god.
That'll be the next one.
Alright. I have stuff to do. Awesome. I'm sorry, I've been so bored. Like, we're not allowed to do anything right now, so I'm just like, you mind showing my cousin a good time?
Yeah, well, like I said, we'll take a tour of the city.
Cool. I'm gonna go talk to Vinny and see about possibly looking into the Loretta situation. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get his approval before we go marching.
I'm gonna regret saying this one. Well, I have a dirty secret of it. A kind of humiliating one. What? You wasn't-
Oh, save that one. Save that one.
You sure?
Yeah, save that
I'll
one.
save it. I'll save it for the right time.
Alright.
Okay.
About Loretta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to know, but I gotta go. Alright. America's just gonna get up and go,
And if we find out anything.
yes, please. And he's gonna take off. Vincent has set up his office at a bar down the road that's outside of Old Town, called the Next Whiskey Bar.
Okay.
That's where he is. You also know that Merrick owns it. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
So. Right. So, trying to think how far it is from. How far would it be from the last drop to.
Marty's just like, I fucking unplugged it.
Well, somebody plugged it back in.
You have a speedster in here, probably.
How far is it to Frankie's place from the last drive?
Not that far. Probably about a 20-minute drive or so.
Okay, I thought they were both in Old Town.
They are. Yes. And traffic.
Traffic,
It's Friday.
mostly traffic. And
You're walking as soon as you get up there, also because they lock down
Yep.
that area on the weekends.
Right. Y'all got wheels or are we carpooling?
Marty's doing this like people asking him for drinks, but then also trying to like
Unplug the thing.
it's unplugged.
It's
I unplugged it.
looking over. Is it still unplugged?
Yeah, it's unplugged.
I mean, I can fix it.
The lights aren't even on. It's just the music's coming out of it.
Okay, that's weird.
You can fix it. This is an antique.
He knows that trick.
Out of character, Marty is Nick Offerman.
Ron
It's
Swanson.
Ron Swanson. No one's shooting or breaking or wrecking.
I've never laid a finger on your jukebox.
He's gonna walk off and come back a second later with a screwdriver and a toolbox.
Yeah, that's new.
It's probably I don't know, overloaded power cell or some shit like that. I don't know how these damn things work.
The TV.
It's more of a case of why is it playing music with power, with no power? That's what I'm more curious about. Anyway.
Okay. It's dead. I'll work on it tomorrow when we're closed.
I've got wheels.
I was brought here.
Could be all kinds of things. Look, with the number of weird stuff I've run into in the city, who knows? And it could just be an overload capacitor. Alright, yeah. I've got space.
There's like
you got space.
There's a small amount of cheering when the song stops.
Okay.
And the karaoke starts back up.
Some prankster would do that.
A good prankster would start up with every.
Oh,
No, you got Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell playing right now.
One of those songs that for whatever reason I know every word to. Cool. Jay, wanna come with me?
May I be excused?
Come be social.
Sure. I would
Jay's
like
never been the same since he was kidnapped by the Somber.
Alright, I'm assuming you've got space for your
Yeah.
buddy?
I mean, we don't have to worry about tetanus shots, so. What? My truck drives better than anything you own.
I sincerely doubt it.
We wanted to try that. You can try that with something at your earliest convenience.
This sounds like a bet in the making.
Okay, so you guys are all
We are
heading-
going to go talk to the Kata, yes.
Okay, so you guys get down to the it's a bit of a drive due to the traffic because it's the weekend and you're technically in the downtown area and you're driving into a theme area. You're going to the New Orleans district, and when you get down there, you have to park in a parking garage or in a parking lot somewhere outside of the area because you've been to Ybor. It's got the big iron.
Unfortunately.
It's got the big iron
Ybor's not
fences with the Christmas lights wrapped all around it. There's But when you guys are pulling up, it's the tail end of some mock jazz funeral that they're performing, that they do every weekend. And the streets are crowded, full of people with ice cream and drinking. Like it's summer, so they're all out. Like it's a closed gate area too, so there's a lot of people drinking alcohol in public and stuff like that. But yeah, places like the Voodoo Donut is completely overflowing, full of customers. The little ice cream parlor, the many occult shops that are in this part of town are overflowing.
Somebody to
The only building that really seems to be closed right now is the DOA Studios, which is a building that you pass, that's on the right after you walk into the area, but that doesn't seem to be any kind of like bar or anything like that. It actually just seems like a building that somebody put a business in this part of town. The Anarchs do have a place called the Asp and the Pearl,
That's right.
where the Black Hat used to be,
Yeah, that's a...
and it's owned by a guy that you probably met passing a couple times. Can't really remember if his name was William or Wellington or something. I don't know.
Something with a
He
W.
was,
Something
he was a
very
guy.
British.
He was a guy. Yeah, he was Egyptian, but he had a British accent, and
That tallies,
yeah,
actually.
he hangs out there most of the time. I mean, if you're gonna go talk to a ministry member, that's obvious. You probably end up talking to Brittany anyway,
Yeah.
more than anybody else. But and she's in the Pearl District.
Yeah.
And you got history with her too. So.
Exactly, yeah.
So, walking through this place is going to take a while.
Well, they got this place on its feet really well.
You can tell where they're still doing
Yeah.
repairs.
There's still repairs happening, but most
After
of it's...
6 months, they're still doing repairs.
Welcome to Fort Myers.
Yeah.
So they're still doing repairs after that?
Well, the thing is, they're not stopping any of the things that they
Yeah.
typically do. So, like, they're working and fixing everything up, but they're still fucking outlandishly lavish parties every
Yeah.
weekend. So,
They just roll the repair bill from that into the.
pretty much. If anything, they're partying harder to pay for the repairs.
Yeah.
A couple of new businesses have popped up, one of which being a building towards the back end before the area kind of curves in on itself because it bumps into the river. Is the new home to Frankie's Place, which is this overly elaborate, gorgeous Italian restaurant, which is very Frank Sinatra themed. Frank Sinatra, yeah. Photos of him everywhere. There's even a bronze bust. So the outside seating is a very, very large patio area, which is completely surrounded by rose bushes, so you actually can't see who's eating in there unless you go in. Anyway, so that is what this place looks like. It's a one-story building. It's very fancy. Yes.
Right. How crowded is it inside?
Fairly.
Okay.
It is fairly crowded.
Do I know that the new Don is Sunny Black?
You did hear Merrick say it tonight.
Okay, that's what I
So
was just
this will
double
be
checking.
news to you.
I had heard there was a new Don. I didn't realize it was him.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't look 100. I don't look scruffy, but I'm definitely not dressed for going in there. These two are.
I'm here to forge your new silverware. That was fun. We had fun together.
I'll need 60 silver dollars, a large flat It's an empty stock. Come back in the morning.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you guys just all walking in?
Apparently.
I'll follow.
Who has any occult on their sheet?
One die.
I have one
I
dot
said
as
any.
well.
I said any. Please, when you guys walk in, occult plus intelligence. Actually, first, give me that classical wits and awareness.
Wits and
first.
awareness.
Wits and awareness for those of you who have occult on your sheet.
Oh.
You're out, Thomas.
I was like, I'm part of something.
And since the unseen play in with this.
No.
Okay.
Since the unseen. Maybe. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yes. You're really not going to notice. You got a 3.
Yeah, I got 3.
Okay. Let's just go up. We'll start at the bottom and go up. Our 2. When you walk in, Adrian? I will remember it. Or I'll make a list. When you walk in, Adrian is going to just feel like there's something here. Like, it's visual. Like, you see things that just, but you can't quite place what's going on. 3. Tinia walks in. You have your sense the unseen, and you are going to see things primarily because your sense the unseen is going to pull your attention to it. Every crossbeam of this place has some kind of like symbol carved into it. It's very, very hard to tell. Like, you wouldn't just notice
like
it, except for the fact for you, it's radiating some kind of power. Like, you can feel it. You can almost see it.
Yeah.
There's some kind of like this distortion when you look
Like
at
a
this
heat
area.
mirage almost.
Yeah. Almost like when you saw the
Weird tentacle thing in the.
no.
Okay.
I was trying to remember if you guys saw the tear.
No, that was our Hakata character.
That was your.
Wait, no, we did. We saw it in the.
You saw it when it was still open.
It was still open when
It has
they
the
were
same
closing.
vibe as that. Each and every crossbeam in this place. The carpet is a very lush red, but it's two-toned. There's like multiple, like, there's like a very deep blood red and then a burgundy right next to it. They go very well, but they're these diamond shapes, and inside of them you can see the stitching is woven with these symbols, and there's just radiating the same feel. This place is a necromantic minefield.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Tina's just kind of going. Okay.
Yeah. That whispers on the wind is going to start coming to you, but it's whispering from everywhere in this place. You really are having a hard time picking up anything that it says. It just seems to be just completely around you. You are surrounded by the abyss. The last time you felt this is when you were ripped out of the store when you were holding on to Tinia and you were in the shroud. You can see what's going along, but that sound, the howling and whispering, is very similar to when Noah dragged you across the labyrinth. Now, you guys are going to be in the place for probably about 15 seconds before Sonny Black comes over and goes, "What are you guys doing here?" Dressed like that.
Sorry, we were actually coming to look for you.
Adrian
Adrian.
Cash.
Thomas,
We meet
making
again.
new friends.
For the looks of it, yeah.
Is your sire aware of that?
Yeah.
Miss Jabbar, what did you do?
He was introduced to me as somebody who was asking questions, and I have said very little to him. He came this as his own
His sire is
ideas.
a front runner to become primogenitor.
You never asked.
His sire is a front runner and a member of a very prestigious coterie that is all trying to take premiership in this city.
Once again, you never asked.
We are.
We will talk later.
Is this a political matter?
No, it is not. I
Good,
hope it's not
because I
anyway.
cannot handle
I
it.
understand. I understand.
Not even emotionally. I mean, like actually,
I'm-
we as
I know this is Hakata business. I hope. That's why Adrian here is looking for a friend of his from before. Last seen, he was
Oh.
working with
Okay.
you guys, his friend.
Janet. It's Lorenzo's secretary.
Oh hi.
Is the lounge is taken? I assume there's a party happening in it. Please keep everybody out of the employee area. I need to have a conversation with my friends. And he is going to like penguin speed walk, leading you guys. Now, once you guys leave the restaurant proper and you're in an area that's made out of nothing but like ceramic tile and stainless steel, you're going to be led to a little area that's like employee break room kind of thing, and the feeling that you had is pretty much gone.
Jay would have responded. If you just walk off, you just gotta.
Yeah. No, Tim. Come on. Kind of grab you by
You're
the.
being dragged.
You're being dragged.
Okay.
You're being moved.
Somebody's gonna say something on the way out, and he's just gonna laugh and go, maintenance, and just keep going. It's amazing that they come this late.
That's why the guys.
But yeah, he's gonna basically bring you into an area. It's actually quite large. The employee rest area is very casual. It's very calming. It's about the size of this room. There's like, aside from the occasional like OSHA violation stuff and all that.
2023 labor law poster.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's all gonna be hanging up in here. Like how to give somebody that Heimlich. There's gonna be a poster on the wall. Aside from that, like there might be like a couple of bottles of water or a couple of sodas just sitting around. He's gonna.
Our HR has an open door policy.
He's
Next
going to.
poster. Please report any employees you see stealing. You could get a $50 gift card.
He's going to usher you guys into that room, and then he's going to turn to no one and say, "Don't let anybody in," and then shut it. You will notice kind of a blur.
Shimmer.
Yeah. Okay. So, you're looking for a friend?
Mm-hmm.
Did we put him in the river? Like, why are you coming to me?
I hope you didn't put him in the river, though I don't think putting him in the river would actually do anything to him anymore.
Okay,
From
so
our
we're looking
standpoint.
for a kindred.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you? It was Valentino was looking after him. Nick.
Nick. Oh, okay. God damn.
Everything being in such chaos.
Instincts over compassion.
What do you mean? by
I
that?
mean, my instincts of I'm a Pudneska versus my compassion for people that I've been through things with in the past. What is this information worth to you? I can't just go going around as, you know, the new head of the clan, just giving out information.
The fact that you even have any information is a good sign. I've not heard anything about him since the riots.
Nick is an old friend of mine.
Okay.
The fact that you're suggesting you have information makes me think that he's Still vertical, more or less.
Still alive.
Well, we're not technically
In
alive.
the technical stuff.
Vertical, vertical.
He's gonna walk over to a display of like Tuscan wine bottles. Those like odd shaped pear bottles with the clay built around them with the stuff. He's gonna be like, and he's gonna pour himself this thick liquid, like almost chunky. Like if you can compare blood with spoiled milk, like it. Like at one point he has to poke at it, and the chunk falls through, and yeah. You guys want some?
Somebody has a vivid picture of it.
That's
He's gonna take a drink of it.
You've
I'm the
had
adventure
this
short.
before. You had this before.
have I?
Yeah.
When?
Season 1?
No.
Season 1.
No.
Last time
No.
on the Gilmore Girls. Anyway.
I think it was just the normal stuff we had at the family reunion.
No,
Yeah,
I think.
this was not
That-
available.
Wasn't there? I
If you give it a weird look, he's like, we can actually thank Lorenzo for this. Actually, this didn't become available until after Lorenzo became the Don, so you guys couldn't have had any before.
I'll taste some. Call me the adventure sort.
Sure. He's gonna reach over and grab a small plastic sample cup kind
Yeah.
of thing, and he'll
Pour some.
actually grab like a spoon and chunk it back a little bit and
Thank you. So, I think the question on the table is how much is this information worth?
that is exactly the question.
Right. And
And it's not so
Talking
much.
numbers here, or
favors.
It's
favors.
usually.
There's equal opportunity individual. So it really depends what kind of information you want. And like, I'm all up for deals and I'm all up for cash. Favors are a great thing. I also can't say that I'm playing favorites with the anarchs. Especially since a lot of the time, the Ivory Tower comes in here and utilizes my space from time to time.
Technically, I'm still Cam.
Congratulations. I'm sorry. What do you want? Congratulations or I'm
No,
sorry?
it's you were saying trying not to appear like you're playing favorites. Anarch, Cam.
Cool, then this is equal on both ends then, sure. I got 2 Anarchs and 2 Camarilla. Great. Why does that keep happening to me? What? Anyway.
Do you have equal numbers of Cam and Anarch?
Yeah, usually when you're involved, a couple of Anarchs walk in, a couple of Akata walk in, a couple of Camarilla walk in, a couple of Anarchs walk in. It's usually Anarchs, but you guys usually have some kind of strange amalgam of like who's who.
I guess I just attract people.
What's wrong with your
I
friend?
don't know. I think the.
I think he looks like he saw a ghost.
Does he have the sight? Is he new and does he have the sight? Like, I think I've seen him around before, but like, you don't really forget that outfit.
Not new, but.
New. Sorry.
Jay, do you normally see ghosts?
Do you see dead people?
Sorry?
It's really loud in here. Can you leave?
The whispering is cut out.
Oh, you sense them. Okay. Yeah. So, we need to get down to this quickly because your friend's about to lose his goddamn mind.
People literally saw his
And now
checkbook.
I know that things are valuable. So,
They literally brought his checkbook. He's like, how much?
oh, you're cash?
I don't like owing favors.
It's the only things that really count.
You're Thomas Castle. I think we can come to a deal. It tastes dusty. It tastes old. It tastes spoiled. But somehow you still feel satiated. You still feel sated. That's revivified blood. It's an old trick that the Cappadocians used to have years ago. You can take dead blood and make it worthwhile again for a little bit. It's considered a chosen taste.
Acquired taste, yes. Handy trick, but seems more like siege rations.
Well, I mean, how many people are out in that restaurant right now eating lobster?
True.
In the 1900s, that would, or like in the early 1900s, that would have been considered they're eating bugs, and that was only for the Jews. Just saying. Wait, no, it wasn't.
And the
they
Irish.
can't eat that. Just the Irish. Yeah, no, just the Irish, because the Jews wouldn't eat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not kosher.
Yeah, it's not kosher. Because they got little hooves. They're unclean.
I'm sorry, but picturing lobsters with hooves is
Nothing's-
not what I was expecting.
Well, they got two little toes. Split feet. Anyway, so.
Arrangement, you say?
Yes, arrangement. So, the arrangement is increase of your product in my store at no cost to me.
You got yourself a deal.
Like, any cost.
You got yourself a deal. I got plenty of it.
How long?
Let's do it 5 years.
Alright, 5 years. Cool. We have your friend. He is very much alive. That's the
Relatively
worst.
speaking.
Well, not even a vampire thing. I'm saying he's torpid. He locked himself in a very particular place while he was hiding out with a dear cousin of mine who is now no longer with us.
Valentino is dead.
Yes. Again, bad way of putting it. No longer with us. He's still with us. He's just not wearing his meat suit anymore.
You're not, you bastard!
Dude, you would be used to guard something. Or to power something, actually. Given what you are, you're probably a battery somewhere. Him and Lorenzo are both. Well, Lorenzo is being dealt with a lot for making some bad choices.
He was making some definitely questionable ones when I was working alongside him.
Yeah, he brought some interesting parties involved with us, which we have not been involved with since like the 70s and not 1970s. So like that just did not need to happen. But he was nice enough to leave me in charge. So, your friend is torpid. Your friend was smart and climbed into the one place that the people who attacked him would never have looked. He was in a cremation furnace.
Bold.
Now, he was in there for a while. He eventually starved, torpid out. And we have not really decided whether or not we were going to wake him up, considering what he is.
What he is?
Mm-hmm. Because he is not clanless, as he was telling everybody. That little bit of information is going to cost more. It's not my secret to give, so unless I'm paid, I'm not giving it to you.
Interesting.
We had our suspicions, especially when he was involved with the situation with the old Toreador Harpy and a few other things. Definitely proven when we went to wake him up and then decided to not.
Okay.
And it's only out of respect and tradition that we didn't just off him right then and there.
The research.
Mm-hmm.
What has come of that?
Oh, the cicada papers? They're with him.
Okay. And the additional research that your clan was doing on the cicada papers.
We were able to find out that it is not transferable through him feeding or using disciplines. We did find that out.
That's good.
I'm not really sure how it's transferable, if it is at all. I think it might be a failed experiment. Like, not really sure how that works. But we've checked people that he gave us a list of people that he fed on. Nothing. They're all clean. Checked everything. Did all kinds of blood work. Pulled in a lot of favors with the hospitals. Everything was fine.
Good. That's good to know.
We did have one or two of our members lose their goddamn minds, however, around him, and he has been put under specific watch.
Lose their minds how?
I feel like that's part of the question that I'm saying is going to cost more. Look, I'm a businessman and I have to be fair.
No, I understand. Are you able to wake him up?
I know people who are able to wake him up.
Okay. Because
I also have a bag of that MK17 blood that could probably be used to wake him up as well.
from what the paper said, that yes, that's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a friend who wants his hands on that.
I'm
so
sure
bad.
you do. I'm sure you got several.
We have Methuselah blood on ice. Ancient blood.
Which one?
MK17, Methuselah Kindred, case number 17. Unfortunately, I don't exactly know who it is. But I can tell you that it came from a situation that happened in London not too long ago. So Methuselah Kindred 17 in London, I gotta guess. And that would be the old Prince of London. Mithras.
You know this whole cult of Mithras that's come up a few times this evening?
Oh, this evening you guys are running into the issues
No, we
with
just they came up in conversations.
Ah. Okay.
Just making sure.
Okay.
We do have to round things up.
What would you want for that information?
God, it's so hard. I think we're in Boone territory for this because this is direct kindred information.
I'm thinking Boone.
Cool. What is the pre-station rules nowadays?
For personal information, I think we go looking at major.
I feel like there's other options. You don't just have to jump the gun in the major. How about a little foreplay, Thomas?
Thomas doesn't know about foreplay.
Give the girl a kiss.
Oh, you think she got here?
Who?
Not metaphorically.
I don't think you understand what metaphors are.
Okay, yeah, keep it that way.
The kiss is how any vampire gets there. Was that not what you meant?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, here we are.
Oh.
Here we go. I think I can give what he is out for a minor. Just a minor.
Okay.
Your friend is very rare. Are we set on this? Yeah?
Yeah.
One second. He's gonna get his phone out. Send a text. Okay. Just letting my secretary know what's going on. Alright. Your friend is something that was once thought lost, but now is found. Your friend is a salubri,
Guess in time.
a triclops. There are so many people who would love to get their hands on him.
Why?
Well, they're said to be infernalists and soul eaters and diablerists.
Key.
The Tremere, for one, would pay something hefty for that. Especially the guy that's hanging out with the prince right now.
Which guy hanging out with the prince right now?
I think his name is Gore.
Gore?
From what I understand, he's a runner. He's like in the running for the premiership.
The only premier, like,
I owe Gore a broken leg that he can't fix. Because he decided to attack one of my cousins. So, him and that rhino guy, kind of on my shit list.
Oh, I think I've run into Gore now that he hangs around with Rhino a lot.
I don't know if he hangs around with him. I know they were both working for Anaroma a while back ago.
I think I may have run into him too, yeah. I owe him a...
Now,
a Molotov cocktail.
theft of vitae.
Right. Salubri come out of Egypt.
you've probably, out of character, you've probably never heard of them in character. Like, this is, they've technically been dead for like 700-800 years. Like, they just don't exist anymore. Unless you have like some Sabbat lore, where you might know something.
Tinia's never heard of him, but she's heard rumors about weird three-eyed thing once. But I was just swapping tales of weird stuff we'd seen.
But everything that we know is that he was embraced in the Middle East. So who the hell knows what the Ashir is hiding over there?
Especially with everything going on over there.
I believe the phrase is tits up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
10 years ago was about the time that I came back stateside. He stayed over for another 6 months.
And then went MIA. Yeah. Getting antsy. They don't let me get locked out of places. So what's the next thing? With the Hyman and Han, what's going to happen next? I've given you guys information. We've exchanged for a minor boon. Now I believe we're talking about the exchange of life. Unless we're just holding on to it. Until somebody bids. Possibly the next time, Are you any relation to Matthew Castle? Squirrely little gangrel?
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, if there's another option. That would just bring us full circle, wouldn't it?
Back around again, yeah.
We're still looking for that damn vase again.
I thought they got the vase.
Mona ran off with it.
Oh, that's right, Mom. Ay.
What would the cost of life be?
A life boon. It's in the name. It's in the title. I could not give up a treasure like a salubri for any less than a life boon. Didn't you go back there?
One that we managed to
Absolutely, and all of that has been paid for. Thank you very much.
Whistler owes us.
Does he? When he wakes up, I'll let him know. Don't you have a boon
I do.
from?
I'd have to ask Mother Anya how much it's worth. Because it was for helping with that whole Constancia situation.
Do I really want to
Look.
know what happened?
Mona was psychotic. Her sire, also psychotic. You did a great thing. I could give you Nick and we could call it clear.
And the ability to wake him up.
I think it's a package deal. I don't like owing things. And I'm currently in charge. While Mother Anya's off doing her gallivanting hippie shit. We wipe that boon off the map, and I'll give you back your Triclops.
And it all stays on the down low.
Oh, of course. We fix this transaction, and the Harpies don't need to know.
Nobody needs to know that what he is beyond you.
Good. He's gonna pull out probably one of the business cards to the restaurant and flip it over and pull out a pen and write something on the back, and he hands you an address. He's there. I will call ahead and tell them you're coming, and it should not be a problem.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Mm-hmm.
And you said we'll be able to wake him.
You'll be able to wake him without a problem. He had this whole apparent elaborate setup for waking him up, but it just has to go in his mouth. I think the humans that had him just didn't want to get too close. Afraid to bite their fingers off or something. Your friend was kept in this weird space age Tupperware thing with injecting needles attached to him and all this. Yeah. I don't know.
Hunter's hat.
I didn't see it.
Let's go collect.
Is there any more of that?
Of the blood? From what I understand, there was originally 5 bags. 2 of them were used, from what Nick tells me, right after. So we have 1, so there's got to be at least 2 bags left somewhere.
Somewhere. But you have 1. Is that the one with Nick now?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Somewhere.
Why? Why do you want Methuselah blood?
Something's gonna happen and we're gonna need it.
I mean, that's ominous as fuck. But okay.
It's also Portland. Something's always happening.
Would you guys mind leaving through the back?
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Keeping up appearances after all.
And he's just gonna turn on his heel, unlock the door, and walk out. You can stop him if you want to.
Is there anybody else who might wake him up?
Like on our side? Not that I know of.
I think the only one that could is dead.
Well, I think he means would intentionally, not
Oh.
has the ability to.
No, I mean has the ability to.
Oh, you like an elder? Whistler might be able to if he would get up. Possibly, possibly Hattie. I don't know if you guys ever met Hattie.
Maybe once briefly. I
It's
don't know.
Anya's sire.
Fair.
Mother Anya might, but I really don't know what everybody's steps are. Certainly don't know what Nick's steps are, but if they're using Methuselah blood to wake him up, I'm saying he might be. He might have a generation that I'm not even ready to comprehend yet.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I have something you might want, but
Okay.
it doesn't sound like you have that, so.
What is it?
What's the point of discussing it if you don't have what I would want in return?
My interest to the point where I will look for it.
Okay. Well,
I have a good way of finding things.
pointing at the wall of bottles there.
Uh-huh.
You seem pretty proud of that.
I have quite a collection.
I have something along those lines, but better.
All right, you've caught my interest. You want to trade Methuselah blood for?
Some- Yes.
What exactly is it? Or is this a send your friends out and talk in private kind of
Well,
situation?
I've told you enough to make you interested, haven't I?
Yes, you've got my attention.
Okay.
That doesn't mean I want to put the effort out to go find something that's been lost for 6 months.
If somebody was telling me information shouldn't be free and something like that
Mm-hmm.
a minute ago.
Yes, we'll be trading what we have for what you have. I need to know your product.
Not so much a product as a technique, really. It's a very small gold blown glass flask
Okay,
with a cork on it.
you'll pick it up, uncork it,
It'll still be warm in there.
smelling it.
It'll still be fresh from the vein in there.
Is it human?
It's 6 years old.
I need to do an insight check, intelligence plus insight, versus, are you lying to me?
I picked the number out of my ass. Technically, that part is an exaggeration. It would only be 3.
Okay, then I need a, I think it's resolve plus subterfuge. I got 1 success. He's interested.
Keep it that way.
So you have a way of preserving blood in exchange for some elder blood. Come back in a couple days. I'll bring you some elder blood, and you're giving me a what? A recipe? A technique?
I don't know if you'd be able to do that. I figured I could fill your other wine rack over time.
With just preserved blood.
It doesn't change.
We will have to discuss amounts.
How many bottles do I see in there?
He's probably got like 15 or 20 bottles up there of what he's got.
I see 20 right there.
$20 bottles that size of your preserved blood.
The size isn't as important. It'll be easier and faster if you can help me find the blood itself. But yes,
That's a cakewalk.
And if you have specific things that you really would like to keep a hold of,
This preserves residence.
it's right there. If you
He'll
before
he'll put his finger over it.
before it flies. Now that the cork's out,
Can it be recorked?
not quickly.
He'll go ahead and just drink it then.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow night.
Do I have to come back here?
You do seem uncomfortable. Makes me want to say yes. Where would you like to meet?
Anywhere else?
Tell you what, why don't we do our business at the Penny Diners Club?
That sounds great.
Good. Alright. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Not tonight, it sounds like. Thank you very much.
Okay, good.
Good. And he will point in the direction of the door, which is literally a straight shot down a hallway where you see a screen door and the loading docks.
Yeah.
I will push people out of the way if necessary.
You've been back here before. This is where you dropped off the body.
Memories.
That's the sound of the door closing.
Alright. Where's the address, out of curiosity?
It's just a street address. It's you do know intelligence with Streetwise. Every Bruja needs Streetwise.
One success.
One success. You know the roundabout area with it, where it is. It's to the north.
Still in the New Orleans district?
No,
or
it's a little bit farther outside of that area. Well, it's right on the edge
Okay.
of the New Orleans district.
Yeah.
So it's just a few blocks away, but it's north. It's north of here. You really can't think of much that's out that way because it starts to get a little bit more
industrial.
open.
You start getting
Yeah.
into the
Um,
train yards.
you guys just heading straight there?
What kind of car
Which one?
does Tania drive?
Just a boring hatchback sort of thing. It's not too different from my actual car, is the idea.
I'd definitely take my truck.
Okay. So you guys are gonna have a few minutes separated, just you two and then you two. So, is there anything that needs to happen between Adrian and Thomas on the drive?
How much is that thing gonna cost?
Hmm.
You heard me.
Pull out my phone, start pulling out a calculator. For one bar, one shipment of, let's say, 100 bottles, that'll be 10 grand a case. For 5 years.
In lost profit, the actual ingredients aren't that bad.
Nah.
2 years I've had that movie.
Is there anything that needs to be done between Jay and
10
Tinny?
years I've had that jar.
Out of character, 2 years.
Yeah, no, this is real time as well. Because I'm like, okay, 2019, April. That would have been for him. Yeah. Anyhow.
Fair. You feeling alright? You seem to be perking up a bit.
I'm gonna have daymares.
Those are nasty.
Do you ever have a night when you know you're gonna have daymares?
Not lately.
Not suspect, but you know. Woot.
Your car radio.
Woot. Yeah.
That's a freaking brakes check happening. Turn off the
Okay. Dexterity plus drive.
right. Dexterity plus drive.
I'm also gonna do that because
You're right
Two,
behind her. Yeah.
2 successes.
4.
Okay, you notice an erratic twitch of the car and are able to make sure that you're fine right as she hits the brakes of her car really, really hard and squeals.
Wait, is the radio on?
Yes.
Like, turn it off? Is it turn it off?
Yes. So they stop in the middle of the road. Luckily, there's no traffic.
She starts moving again just after him.
Actually. Hold on. No, Friday night, there's actually a good moderate amount of traffic. Everybody fucking swerves to get out of the way as this car stops in the middle of the road. You pull off. Like, you're lucky there's no pileup.
Yeah, she's moving again.
Okay.
Merge back into
I
traffic.
So you get out of the main area, there's less and less traffic out here, more rural spot, more independent homes, maybe small businesses. You start getting to the part where there's like maybe like a goat farm here, horse stables over here, and then you're gonna start
we're
coming to
definitely-
it's not that far out of town actually.
Yeah.
But you get to this part where it's like the open area, just open land. And then you realize that it's not open land, it's a cemetery. And you come up to Our Lady of Sorrows.
Yeah.
Our Lady of Sorrows funeral home in the middle of this cemetery.
Park.
There's a whispering all over the place in this. This is worse than the restaurant.
Especially concentrated because there's a seal around the place.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing gets out. Nothing gets
Even
in.
for you, there's a couple times where like,
Come.
I could very well have you throw more tests to see if you like go, Jesus, I almost hit somebody, because you may have seen somebody walk out into the street. Like, but you eventually come up to this funeral home. Of course,
Yeah.
the Giovanni are gonna fucking send you to a funeral home.
Of course.
So,
And actually, I've
Do they really have the addresses for anything else?
I mean, restaurant. So,
Don't eat the special.
welcome to Giovanni's barbecue.
If it's gonna walk in,
You kill him, we grill him.
if it's gonna walk in, it's a morgue if they need it to be.
Still hurts.
All right, so
No.
Joe was
Pull
put
up,
through in cremation
park.
set.
Before you can open the door, grabs your sleeve. I need to ask you to wait the 2 days.
Oh, there's a little bit of the feels when he reaches at you. Like the last time he
Wait,
did
did
that,
you-
he was ripped out of your grasp.
wait the 2 days. Well,
So I can buy the substitute vitae.
wait 2 days to wake Nick.
This place is might be worse than the restaurant.
The porch light is on. And as you guys are sitting in the car, the front door opens, you guys pull up. And there's a guy walking out. He's a kind of a built guy, blonde hair,
We'll talk about that.
stands at the top of the stairs.
What do you mean substitute vitae?
I'm buying a different elder to wake Nick with. That's the whole point.
Why?
Knock it on the
To
glass.
save the blood of Mithras.
Okay, so he knocks on your door, like on your glass
I
window.
understand. I
They seem to be in the middle of
don't
an in-depth
disagree, but this
conversation.
may still require a conversation. Trust me. There's more than just the two of us involved in this now.
Oh, Lord. Everything's always complicated.
Yep. But I understand and I don't disagree. Alright.
Otherwise, I'm going to be working for that ghoul for nothing.
What goal?
Too literal, sorry.
Ah, yes.
Ghoulish person.
Gotcha. I understand.
Stand by the front of my truck.
Step. Listen, we'll discuss. But I'm on your side on that one. Stepping out.
Sunday sent you guys?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, I have a Pomeranian. You see, next to the doors are glass windows that are floor to ceiling glass windows with some like really nice sheer fabric, and you just see these little tiny paws. She's hyper. She gets nervous around Kindred. I'm Michael. Nice to meet you. You're here
Tinia.
picking up Nick.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't do many people coming around to the side to pick up. It's usually drop-offs. Yeah, if you want to pull around the corner, he's already explained everything that I need to know, and I'll bring out your friend.
Pulls the truck around, drops the tailgate, opens the toolbox, takes out a tarp.
I shall fetch a rug.
This is amazing. You guys go to the side of the building, and there's the area where typically the ambulance will pull up and drop a body off. He wheels out a body bag, which is taped with biohazard tape. He is wearing a mask, gloves, and a static pullover, like ties in the back, like doctor scrubs, but like it's made of the static material. And he walks out with his face back and holding it, and you can see the breath like pushing forward his mask as he breathes. This guy is legit alive, and he's holding him with one hand, and he's got a case, like a styrofoam cooler that's taped with medical tape on it. And he carefully goes down the little ramp, and he goes, "Where exactly?" "Oh, a truck." "Not my problem." And he pushes back towards the truck and steps back because he does not want to touch it. And he'll hand over the
I'll take
case.
the cooler.
Unless if you'd grab the other side.
I kept it on ice, but from what Sonny says, it doesn't have to be kept on ice. I don't know how potency works, but he told me that it was strong enough to stay good indefinitely. But we kept it on. Do you know how to reheat?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Understand that about the reheating. Not sure about the potency thing.
Okay. Well, I hope that you all have a good night,
Thank you very much.
and I look forward to not doing that much business with you anytime. You can just leave the cart out here. I will get it first thing in the morning.
Covers the body, puts the tailgate back up after we put the body in. He pulls the tarp over, ties it down.
You are all in a very, very interesting situation. What are you doing with this body?
So, unless Tinia suggests an alternate location, Adrian's idea was to take him to the museum.
The Chinese American history? Awesome.
Into the basement.
Okay.
Okay.
He wants to take him to Cam territory.
Understandable.
I mean,
I'm trying to think if I have any alternate locations I can even think of, and none are springing to mind.
Bar has a walk-in freezer, but
That's a bad idea.
you don't really need a walk-in freezer.
Yeah. There's more someplace to stash
If you
them.
guys break the tape and look at them at all,
we'll wait. We wait until they arrive, I guess.
Yeah.
okay. Or are you waiting until next game session?
I think I'll wait till next.
Okay, cool.
So where are we going? That's the question.
The last drop
So we dropping the body off at the draft drop?
drops right in the name.
Trying to think any other place we have to store somebody.
I mean, we have a museum, technically.
You have a museum?
Technically,
We haven't finished finalizing the paperwork.
Is it safe?
I mean, we've spent the night there a few times.
Cozy, no, but it's a place.
And we don't really have to worry about people stumbling in on us currently.
because you technically
My question is, how are we gonna put that body in through there?
take him in the same way we took Jake in.
Yeah.
And this time we don't have to worry about trying to, keep him from getting a concussion.
Don't remind me of that one.
Do I want to know?
I had to replace the rug. Thank you very much.
Really, do I want to know?
No, you don't.
Right.
So I'm guessing it's the museum.
If you guys have a safe house,
Yes.
Or keep it in my house.
I wouldn't
Are
recommend
you-
mine at the moment.
are you not living in a van anymore?
No, I live in a van.
We have another idea.
It's got half-inch rolled homogeneous armor.
Ooh. Rolling Fortress?
I have to fix the shocks before I can move it. That's a lot of mass. I
What do you
didn't
need?
really anticipate what that would do to the suspension.
So, van or
Because I imagine you locked it up.
I think I hit the button. So, van or museum?
Either one works for me.
Are we trying to wait till tomorrow?
So about that. The blood of Mithras, if that really is what this is, and we have good reason to believe it is practically a religious icon. It's
I would say the faster we get rid of it, the better. Because
get rid of it?
didn't you say you know about the other cult?
Yeah.
What if they happen to get notice that you have a possession of such blood?
Also, Nick wasn't an idiot. So, if he already had this blood as a prep to wake himself up if it was needed,
It was not
Not his
to wake
plan.
himself up. The hunters had it to wake him up. So there's a few things I need to let you know about your friend. He was captured by hunters. And they kept him on ice. They called him something, labeled him something called Project Cicada. Some experiment to try and eradicate kindred.
Did it work?
As far as we have been able to tell in all our research, he's been affected by it, but it's not communicable. We don't know what this would do if it did become communicable, but so far it doesn't seem to be spread by him using his disciplines on anyone. It doesn't seem to have spread by him feeding on anyone. If anyone were to feed on him, that might be a different problem. But the blood of Mithras that was used to wake him was gathered by hunters and kept to wake him.
Frankly, doing anything the way that they planned it out seems like a bad idea right there.
And it was one of our concerns is that the MK17 blood might be tainted.
You think it could be the trigger for him to be even the contagion?
No, we think it may contain the contagion itself. We've not solidified that.
That's disquieting.
We did do a little bit of, from what I was told by the Hakata, no one who's come into contact with that blood has also picked it up. It's just Nick.
Once again, I still believe like the best suggestion here would be either put that blood away permanently and never speak of it again, or just dump it somewhere, because like you said, if the cult gets catch that we had possession of such blood, I smell
We
trouble.
need to hide it from
I
everyone.
smell trouble.
Or give it to the cult.
I don't trust cults.
I don't know.
They're cults. I'm sorry. I don't trust a religion as it is. I don't trust a cult even less.
And
I don't trust religion as it is. I will trust a cult even less.
It might end up being what what we'll need it for.
what do you believe we'll need it for?
I don't know what we'll need it for. I know that we're supposed to need it in the future, and that it's very important. I don't usually get a lot of details.
Oh, is the wind informs you of this? Okay.
And as usual, who knows who in the wind.
That is always the trick.
But
There's also a pro
Usually-
to this.
it usually means something.
There's also a pro to this. If we do manage to hide it, it could be used as an emergency source for somebody else when they go to order. We have a way to wake it up.
That might be all it's about.
I bet we'll wake up Whistler. I don't know how old Whistler is, but
Not
So
older
prob-
than Mithras.
yeah.
I mean, if they have possession of that blood, why didn't they use it to wake him up? I don't think they want him awake.
That might be.
Interesting question.
If he wakes up, he's.
He becomes the new leader again.
Sonny Black doesn't want him awake. Because Sonny's in charge until Whistler wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny being in charge seems to be working alright.
So,
Whistler, when he was in charge, was working okay.
so
I have
Either
no
way.
dog in that fight. And I'm not about to ask the Hakata why they're running their business the way they are, because it is Hakata business. They've made it very clear that they're not playing favorites. Which I fully understand considering how close they are to the end of the promise. You're aware of that, aren't you?
Yeah, I was told a little bit around it. We still have a few years left of it. What happens afterwards?
So,
Who knows?
keeping one of these. So, yes, keeping.
he'll believe me when he checks it himself.
So, Jay here has a plan
Okay.
so that we can both keep Blood of Mithras in reserve for whatever portents are telling him, and also be able to wake up Nick.
The question is, who is Sonny gonna find that's gonna be able to wake him up?
There are 2 more bags of MK17 floating around out there somewhere. They are somewhere in the city, is what he was saying.
You can dig one of those up. You can make a deal with someone who we could stand to learn something if we sniffed around that hard enough, I suppose.
Whose blood he gets his hands on?
If we had a Tremere, they could probably tell us.
I've not been able to get a hold of Harker.
If we could torture the info on my grandsire, we can get some good information out of it.
Why do you think
really
your
don't
grandsire
like
would
your
know anything?
progenitors, do you?
Hmm?
You don't like your sire or your grandsire.
He was like put his hand again on it, close to his shoulder. Yeah.
Huh. I thought Ventru usually were.
All about lineage.
Yeah, no, it seems like that comes with a bunch of daddy issues.
You can say that again.
Not me. I get along with my sire quite nicely.
I'm just saying you can say that again. Twice.
But we give Jay and Sunny Black a chance to work their deal, get a hold of whatever blood that Sunny Black has promised. If that wakes Nick, we're good. And we keep the MK-17 on ice for whatever.
We'll have to figure
It's
out
coming.
where to hide that well. Because you're right.
That I've got a
Colton
feeling.
might come back for it or something if
If they
don't.
catch word of it, yeah.
Colt
And for the
already
looks
knows
of the
that it
Hikata,
exists.
if they ask the Hikata, they will give it for a price. And I'm probably sure they can afford it.
To start with, whatever idea you have, keep it to yourself for
Hmm?
now. You said you had an idea on where to hide it.
I've got a
Keep-
couple ideas, yeah.
Keep those to yourself
Yep.
when we're here.
Less people who know, less weak points.
Everything's listening here.
Yep.
And
Ghosts everywhere.
talking. And talking.
So, if whatever Sunny Black can rustle up works, we're good. If it doesn't, that's where it comes to the question.
And then we have a lot less.
Then we what, sorry?
Fewer options.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of the entire deal.
Because
So he needs to come up with something.
yeah, MK-17 or equivalent. Sorry to be talking about your friend this like he's a
Commodity.
yeah commodity, a puzzle.
I was thinking parcel.
Yeah,
I don't really know him.
I met him a few times. He seems like a good guy.
He was. I don't know what he got himself into.
Vampirism for one.
Well, apparently the reason why he went MIA was he got embraced. So. But.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our best to not keep him on ice any longer than we have to. Let's put it that way. And, sorry about the, nearly slamming your nose into the dashboard.
I don't like what's going on.
There's something funny going on with radios, and I don't like it at all.
I don't really like music anymore.
No, I can understand that. I still like music, but that song is...
What song?
It's a particular cover of Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Not the one that was playing... It was playing at the bar,
Yes, it was.
but it wasn't the same cover.
Do you think that matters to him?
He's gone.
you say it loud enough, do you think it'll be true?
Look, we were both there. He's gone. It's a Sabat pack we had to deal with that used music as a motif, and that particular song was
Vietnam flashbacks.
after a fashion.
Hmm.
That was the song they used. Do you remember how long have you been in Portland?
All my life, actually.
Okay. Do you remember what? Not this last New Year's, but the year before, the karaoke bar.
I've
That-
heard a little bit of news about it.
Yeah,
On
it
TV.
was in the news. 51 people died due to a quote gas leak.
That happens around here a lot.
Yeah, and just like a lot of the others, it wasn't a gas leak.
Ooh. Didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's a bot pack.
So say shitty freaking what has some shitty freaking gas pipes?
Think about it. If you were a gas company technician in Portland, your supervisors have been writing you for years. You're constantly being trained. You're the finest gas technician in the nation at this point. Because of all of these, there hasn't been a real gas leak in this town in decades.
Yeah.
It has.
That was the explanation put forward. I don't know if the authorities came up with that one. I think they actually did. I don't even think it was us who put that one forward. It's the only way I could figure out how to explain it. But yeah, no, they use that song there.
Either
Really?
something or someone fucking
I
knows.
don't know. Look, the jukebox being actually unplugged and still playing is weird. At least it did stop in the car radio when I hit the button. You know, I was concerned it wasn't gonna.
Did you turn on the radio?
No.
If it wasn't continental.
No. No. No.
What with the Hikata's business, there's gonna be only one fucking thing. Somebody here is haunted.
You know what you're talking about? Daymares? Yeah. I don't think we're literally haunted. I'm pretty good at spotting weird stuff.
That or either somebody just like keeping a close watch on us and fucking with us from far away.
Could be a bunch of different things.
That's the definition of haunted.
Somebody said the ghost to taunt somebody.
Keeping a watch and fucking with someone. That's what being haunted is when a ghost does that.
To be haunted is to have something return and return. You can be haunted by more than just ghosts, after all. Basically, if you guys spot any more radios or music players or stuff doing weird stuff, let me know. Because this is concerning all of a sudden. It was just weird when it was doing that in the bar, but doing that in the car.
Once coincidence, twice suspicious,
3 times.
thrice enemy action.
Yeah. Do we know who The Ecstasy Saloon. Do we know who currently owns it? Because Victor has not been seen around.
The only person I know that's in charge of that place, it's Rose.
Rose is in charge of the Ecstasy?
The time I visited her, she's the one in charge that I've seen.
That makes me feel a little better if we know Rose is in charge.
When was the last time we saw Harker?
It's before the riots.
Who?
Harker, friend. Tremere knows a lot about
Oh, you
ghosts.
guess I'm one too?
Too?
Well, Irish is currently on a trip with his sire.
Yeah, it's been a bit since I've seen Harker. I saw him briefly a little bit before the riots. But I've not been able to get a hold of him since.
Do you think he's okay?
I don't know. I hope he is. It's not unusual for him to kind of just get wrapped up in some work, some puzzle. Especially now that he's like in charge of ghosts for all of Clan Tremere.
It does seem like that sort, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He'll come back in 10 months and be like, hey. He'll be like, you've been gone for 10 months. And he's like, yeah, I was busy.
Like, I sincerely hope that's all it is.
I was reading a book.
I was chatting with some very interesting Native American ghosts in Mississippi. I can totally see that being a thing that happens.
Aren't those mounds in Mississippi?
Exactly. That's why they're very interesting Native American ghosts in Mississippi.
Hmm.
Serpent Mound, if I remember correctly. Because I've tried to get a hold of him and haven't been able to, so. If he's working with the cam on stuff, they may have taken his phone too. You can't get really snippy about phones. By the way, do you guys have phones?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent. You're already terrible counties.
It's the 21st century. Everybody's gonna have a phone, even if they say they don't have one.
No, in fact, the only member of our group that doesn't have a phone is our NOS.
Aren't NOS supposed to be like the tech people?
Exactly.
She claims it's because she will not get reception down in the tunnels.
I mean, she's not wrong. Jeez Louise, the trouble I had getting reception down there. It was bad. Ugh. So yeah, she's not wrong about not getting any reception down there. But yeah, no, the cam were being real adamant about no phones, no technology. Like, sheriff have a sharp word with you sort of adamant.
I mean, I kind of understand their point of view from it for all the shit that's happened, but still, like I said, 21st century, everybody's gonna have a phone.
Exactly. You just gotta be careful. You know, code words. Don't say stuff over the phone that you wouldn't normally. You wouldn't expect a normal human to say.
It's not that simple.
It's not that simple, but it's a good start.
Yes.
Like, if you don't get on their radar in the first place. No, like, I remember years ago, Cam were real belligerent about phones. So it seems like they may have softened that a bit. I left the Cam 10 years ago. So yeah, I'm well familiar with y'all's traditions and
I could still contact him, but I'd have to know exactly where he is.
contact who.
Harker.
That's the problem. He doesn't seem to be in town.
Yeah,
No idea where he is.
that's my point. I'm just saying.
Uh,
It's just because he doesn't have a phone.
I unfortunately need to get going. I need
But-
to wake up early tomorrow.
But I also don't know where he is.
yeah.
I need to go next week.
It doesn't really help.
On the 22nd.
Yeah. No, like I said, I've tried getting a hold of him every way I know how, and nada. So, Harker's off the list for people we can ask. Which, if you're talking about hauntings, well, he would have been exactly the person to ask.
Well, if you guys excuse me, I have to return to my haven. I need to set up some lawyer appointments for
Oh, yes,
the
and
property
that-
that I'm working on.
You've also got to make sure that your end of Sunny Blacksteel's taken care of.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I'm gonna text my stockbrokers or something. We need to hire more people.
So, expect to see you guys around.
For me? Yeah.
Excellent.
I want to be eating dinner in Sonny's place from now on. If I want to give him free booze, might as well enjoy it.
That's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised if he stops putting vodka in vodka sauce and starts making gin.
Like I said,
On the other hand, as long as people know whose gin it is, that means everybody who goes
Oh, I'm gonna
there
keep
is
watch for
going-
that. I'm gonna keep a watch for that one.
is going to try it.
that's true. Yeah. Now, contemplate some more about what you want to know about anarchs.
I mean, if you guys follow like the main rules of don't break masquerade, don't do anything stupid,
Yeah. It's basically,
be a vampire at your own discretion.
yeah, you start causing problems it's now a problem for everyone. If what you're doing is not causing problems, carry on. Now, a lot of things that cause problems end up being things that the traditions were written around. Some of them were stupid,
Well-
but you know.
Future endeavors for me, it's gonna be expanding my business, getting more types of liquor on my repertoire. Eventually go
See?
international.
Fair enough.